don't think it's assembly mode. Hey. I'm doing good. How are you? Here we go again on my own. Going down the only road I've ever known. I'm doing good. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. And I know what it means to walk alone the lonely street of dreams. Here I go again. Yes, I'm still in the car. White snake. Anyways. What's for dinner? Cheeto Puffs, that's it for now. Until we go get dinner. I've ate nothing except Cheeto Puffs and some Reese's. I had a headache over there, and I was like, it was probably because I didn't eat. But that's okay. We'll eat. Just, They was $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. Some guy robbed the place. He stole the go back basket or something. I don't know. She's like, are you gonna pay for that? And he just took off. He didn't come back. Bruh. Okay, so let's clock this. You know what's funny is that America, 50% of Americans read at a fifth grade reading level. I believe it because some of you guys don't have the skills to comprehend when I put a caption, I put words under that post of my new merch. Are people having a hard time reading? Can you not read? I don't know why people are already saying what I said not to say, and it's pissing me off because one person was like, I feel like these designs are stolen. Have you not heard of Canva? That's how people make money through print-on-demand places, because the same designs that I use, somebody else has probably already used them, and they're not copyrighted, and they're free to use. Nobody can claim or own those designs because they can't. It's from Canva. Are you just hard, not hard of hearing, but some of y'all don't even, comprehend how to read because I clearly explained it in my caption. No wonder why 50% of people read out of fifth grade, because your skills are not that good. Anyways, it's just crazy because someone was like, I feel like these designs are stolen. No shit, they're free to use. It's not stolen. Hello? I changed one of the designs up and added a different background and changed the colors of the text to a different color. And I have more shirts that I added stuff to it. It's called adding elements to a design and making a design out of it. Wow. People do not know how to use Canva, and clearly they don't understand. This is how people make money with print on demand. I just left the prices the way they were for the hoodies because, I don't know, the prices differ between sizes and I don't understand. I wanted to make everything one size, but then I don't get paid the same amount. I would have to set it, the pay scale's different on sizes, so I just left them and just posted it. It's so crazy that people are like, I found, someone sent me a DM and was like, these designs are stolen. And then when I told them that Canva has free to use designs, they got mad and literally sent me the 50 Cent photo where he's throwing two fingers and says, and they said and in the caption it says that they don't care enough. And I'm like, you cared enough to message me. You cared enough to complain about designs that I had to explain to you because you can't comprehend. The same designs that I bought for 99 cents were the same designs that were made on Canva, and other people are selling those same designs because Canva has designs that are free to use. They're non-copyrighted, free to use. Everyone's going to use these, so you're probably going to see other people with the same designs. Have you not seen sublimation design for tumblers? The sublimation tumbler designs, I've seen the same designs sold by different shops on TikTok that sell tumblers. I've never seen, like, it's so crazy to literally sit here. Like, I literally have seen with my own eyes 2 different shops selling the same design. Be for real. Like, and then someone said, what was it that they've seen people use designs from Alibaba or something, and that people pick and choose, which I'm not mentioning usernames, but people pick and choose who they want to hold accountable or, go after. And I'm like, exactly. Let me make my money. They good designs, okay? And if I like the designs, I'm going to use them. I go out to car meets. I like the cars. That's why I made that drift racing shirt. Like, because I like cars, okay? I want to fix up a car. I want to have a nice house. Go home, sit on the couch, relax, drive, go somewhere, go shopping, pay my bills. That's the kind of life I want. I don't want a life where I'm stuck to a 9-to-5 job. Let me make my money how I want to make my money. Those designs are fire. The only design that is not from Canva is the tic-tac-toe design. That came directly from Printify, because Printify now has where you can add designs from Printify. They have like Canva kind of, and they have pre-loaded designs. And that one was there. They have that one, and they have another different tic-tac-toe looking design. And I was like, wait a minute. Because why should I have to stress myself? Those headlights are so bright. Now I see why people are trying to sue these companies for super bright headlights. Anyways, why am I going to stress myself out trying to draw every single thing or design every single thing digitally, because I don't have to draw it? I could just do like a digital render, or what is it, like a sketch or something. Why do I have to stress myself out when there is Canva and there's all of these tools and utensils that I can use to make merch? Why do I have to exert myself, especially because if it's free and if it's copyrighted? Hell yeah, like, common sense. If it was copyrighted, I wouldn't be using it, but it's free. Free, fair use. Otherwise, I wouldn't be using it. I need to be making extra money. I need to figure out a way to get out of, my situation. I need to start working on my YouTube and getting my stuff done. I can't live this life of, I need a place if that means making that merch and selling it, and it's fire, why not? So that same person messaged me and was like, this is basic and this is stolen. And then when I told them, the Canva thing, they got so mad. They were like, oh my God, they sent me that 50-cent thing and flipping me off. And then they so they tried to roast me because they were like, they messaged me something rude. So I responded, right? And then they said, I don't speak whale. And then I said, well, maybe you probably speak Neanderthal. I said, ooga ooga. I said, oonga oonga, cause I was like, ooga ooga, because that's what you probably speak, Neanderthal. Tell me why this dumbass responded and started talking to me when I said they speak Neanderthal. You just proved my point that you're a stupid ass. They literally responded to me saying that they speak Neanderthal. That is so fucking funny. I was just laughing my ass off because why you respond to that? Why do you respond to Google? And then I said, oh, so now you understand. And then I started saying, you understand? They were responding. I'm like, oh, I thought you don't speak whale. Now you understand. Now you speak. And I said, no, because I said, you must have, because you speak to your mom every day, because they said I don't speak whale. And I said, you must have, because you speak to your mom every day. Then that's when I said, well, then you, and then I said they're a failed cum shot. That's what I said. I said their mom should have swallowed, because they literally said there was this man, right, that was getting arrested by police, and I shared it to my story. He's getting arrested by police, and you want to know what happened? His car is rolling because he couldn't put it in park because the police told him no. He said, my child's in the car. And this person responded with, well, then maybe he shouldn't have been committing a crime. Are you kidding me? And then I had shared this post from Jolly Good Ginger where this guy literally was going about it the legal way to get citizenship. And his family was in contact with him. And recently they couldn't get in contact with him. You want to know what happened? They sent this guy who was trying to go the legal way to get citizenship in the United States to Guantanamo Bay. To Guantanamo Bay. That person responded with, well, maybe they shouldn't be like blaming the immigrant for the reason why he got sent to Guantanamo Bay. Why are you going to leave a hate comment like that? And no, it's not move on. Because they shouldn't be ignorant responding to my comments and then saying that my merch is trash when literally you're a trash ass person. You literally blame this guy. Yeah, they said something nasty and I should share it in my Insta story because this is the same person that said I don't speak whale that is being hella ignorant. Talking about immigrants. Like, this dude was going about it the legal way. Trump canceled the app that he was using. So now they said he couldn't seek asylum. And then this person had the nerve to blame the immigrant and said it's his fault. He got sent to Guantanamo Bay. What the? Like, and the only reason why I responded is because they said that the black man should have called the ambulance instead of rushing to drive his child to the hospital because he was concerned. Instead of speeding to take his child to the hospital, because that's what any parent would do, is make sure their child gets to the hospital, they said he should have just called the ambulance. Sometimes the ambulance don't show up on time. What are you talking about? And then I said, well, I hope that whenever you need an ambulance, they drive past your house and they can't find you. Because that is crazy work. Just because his car was rolling and the police were arresting him. That's child endangerment on the police. Because how are you going to tell this black man that he can't stop his car from rolling into oncoming traffic on the highway? And he's telling you, my child's in there, my child's in there. And he said, nope, get down. And then he still handcuffed this black man. Because it is race. If we're going to really talk about it, it has everything to do with race. He's telling the guy he needs to put his car in park because it's rolling into oncoming traffic with his child in it. What the fuck do you want people to do? You see, this is the problem. You want people to be like Ashley Trevino and not give a fuck about their children? Or do you want people to be opposite of Ashley Trevino and give a fuck about their children? Because the only reason why he was racing was to take his child to the hospital because he was so fucking concerned. You guys pissed me the fuck off. You sound just like that dirty bastard in my DMs because you are dirty bastards and I am gonna say it. What the fuck? Like, you ain't outraged about what he said about immigrants? Then you fucking support Trump. Point blank period. You love to sit here and talk like you're opposite of Trump, but then you have these fucking talking ideologies. Like, it's so fucking messed up that person responds with ignorance in my comments. The ignorance is I hope that, and I'm hoping and praying that whenever you need an ambulance, they drive the fuck past your house and you don't receive medical attention and you kick the bucket, okay? I am gonna say it because I'm so fucking sick and tired of people thinking that it's okay to be rude to other people. No, the fuck it's not. Because you're being rude to minorities for what fucking reason? Kick the bucket, bitch. Pass over. And I hope you don't have life insurance too and your family can't pay for shit. Okay? Cardboard box, bitch. Live in it. That's what I hope people get put in, is a cardboard box. Some of your family members need to not care about you when you go. Seriously. Because for that person to be talking about immigrants is so ignorant, especially about that black man, which it was about race. Because why was he not allowed to put his car in park to save his child from getting hit from oncoming traffic? And people be like, there she goes with the race card again. Like, what the fuck? This dude is a black man who did not deserve that. Because he was worried about protecting his child. So now he's supposed to let his child die because the police officer must arrest him? And for what? He even said, what did he do? He was asking the police officer, I think he said, what did he do? Or I don't know. I don't think he was speeding, but he was kind of rushing to get his daughter to the hospital. You know, unlike Trevino, who leaves her daughters with bubbling burns and doesn't take her daughter to the hospital because she's too busy online, consumed with fucking gift points. What do you expect people to do? You're blaming people for being parents, and then you're blaming people for not. So do you want people to be like Trevino, or do you want people to be opposite of that? Because that fucking makes no sense how he is getting blamed for literally protecting his child and rushing to take her to the hospital because he's a concerned fucking father. Like, hello? Like, hello? We're back, guys. Sorry, I had to put it in low power mode. But it's so fucking crazy that that person wants to flap their gums. Ooga, ooga, ooga. Because that's the only speak they know. They don't know how to speak properly. Once I said that they speak Neanderthal, all of a sudden they can talk. You can talk now. You can talk now. You speak Neanderthal. Me speak Neanderthal. Me know how to speak. Jada, I'm gonna hold your hand with a stack of napkins in between when I tell you this. Like, anybody that did not vote is a part of the problem, but my mom has bladder problems. And don't say like, oh, she went to Comic-Con, because most of my Comic-Con enjoyment was spent in the bathroom. Right when we got to Comic-Con, we got locked into a bathroom. I don't know. We hadn't even hit the boost yet. I had to go straight to the bathroom because my mom needed the bathroom. We get into the bathroom and we're locked in. Mind you, it's like every minute. It's not seconds. But we're walking around. It's tiring. We only walk to like certain rows. Like, there's not even that much rows. We'll get to like the first row done and then we got to go back to the bathroom. She spends her time living in the restroom because she does not want that surgery. Because first of all, she's worried she might not make it if she gets the surgery. I cannot force her. Obviously, elderly people have a high risk when they have to get surgeries that they might not survive. So I don't know what to explain to you about that. It may not be good enough for you, but people that can't get to polls, which is why I was going to have the ballot shipped. I was like, well, I can have your ballot mailed for you in the mail. We do not have a place to have it mailed. We're not living at our other place. And obviously the post office where I had my solar panel charger delivered, obviously they lost my package. They couldn't find it, so I just gave up and asked for a refund. So obviously it wouldn't have arrived there. And plus, by the time to get it mailed was too late because voting was coming up. And we had went through the situation where we still had to. And let me tell you something, Jada, right? Did you vote? Who did you vote for? Let's get that out of the way. Did you vote, and who did you vote for? And don't lie and say you voted for Kamala Harris. Tell the truth. 20 million people didn't vote. I want to know. You know, if you give me your real name, I could look it up and prove if you voted Kamala Harris too. I'm not assuming you voted for Trump. Did I say you voted for Trump? No. You could have voted third party or not voted at all. That's why I want to know. And obviously, I'm not asking you to dox your real name, But when I ask people to give their real name so I could see if they voted or not, because I can look that up on Google, it'll tell me if you voted or not. So you can't lie. I never said you voted for Trump. I said don't lie and say you voted for Kamala Harris. You know there was Jill Stein, right? And you know there's an option to not vote like a lot of people didn't do. Let's be for real. Half of y'all that are complaining about fucking votes probably didn't even vote, voted Donald Trump or voted Jill Stein. So you shouldn't even be talking about who didn't vote and who voted unless you stated your stance about how you voted first. I'm just saying. Okay, well, you're saying I'm all in your business, then obviously you didn't vote. I'm just going to say that. You didn't vote Donald Trump, so you didn't vote at all. If you're saying I'm in your business, you don't need to be fucking secretive about how you vote. It's just as easy as saying, hey, I voted Kamala Harris. If you're trying to be all secretive with your vote, you fucked up. Like, let's be for real. Nobody has to say, guess who I voted for, and then not say who they voted for or be secretive. If you voted Kamala Harris, you wouldn't be secretive. I'm just saying that. I'm not trying to be all in your business because people that didn't vote, voted Donald Trump or voted third party Jill Stein needs to shut the fuck up and not talk about other people not voting when they didn't vote. I literally tried to use the code for Lyft too because I was going to tell my mom, I have the code for Lyft. We can get a Lyft there because it's free and get a Lyft back because when you use the code, they take you to rolling poles free. So I used the code that Liza Koshy gave because Liza Koshy gave this code that says it's free all day for people going to vote. And I went to use the code and it said that I couldn't use the code because the code is invalid. Let's be for real. Like, my mom knows that she didn't vote. I know that people are a part of the problem that didn't vote. I know that. But for you to literally be like, well, your mom didn't vote, okay? So why are you deflecting from the other fucking people that are sitting here being shitheads? I can speak about politics all I want because I voted Kamala Harris. So I have a right to complain about people that didn't vote. You threw my mom in there like I didn't know that already. Like, common sense means that you're deflecting from people and you're defending the people that literally claim they're not Trump supporters. And it's so weird because if you voted for Kamala Harris, it sounds like you have opposite views than what you voted for. Why would you vote for someone that you have opposite views of? Makes no sense. 20 million people are part of the problem for not voting. She's part of that 20 million people. But I stated that she has health problems. What is she supposed to do? Get on the bus and pee herself and then walk with piss pants to go vote? I said I tried to use the code, which there was a free code for Lyft. Because I had Lyft on my phone. And I was going to use that code to get there. Mind you, I pushed myself to vote. I wasn't even going to go vote because I was living out of my car and I was having issues. I was like, you know what? I'm exhausted. But I forced myself to get down there. Like, I said, no, I have to do this. Mind you, we're living out of a fucking car. Wow. When you say my mom's part of the problem, she's not 20 million people. There's other millions of people. There's like, what, 19 million people? Let's take her out of the fraction for a second and count her as a 20 million. There's still 19 million people. So where is she? Where is she a part of the 19 other people? She's not 19 million people put together. So you guys didn't fucking vote. You're a part of the problem because if you're saying you vote Kamala Harris, what race are you? And I'm going to ask you that because mostly black women and black men voted for Kamala Harris. So if you're not a part of the black women or black men, then clearly you didn't vote for Trump. I mean, clearly you didn't vote for Kamala Harris. And don't say I'm assuming your race, because I'm not assuming your race. Let's be so for real. Like, I'm sick and tired of people with no profile pictures coming on here trying to lie for the internet. If you don't let people have your real name to look up your information, which I'm not trying to say dox yourself, but I really want to look up to see if you actually voted Kamala Harris. You can't lie. People can search you up. Search me up. It'll tell you I voted Kamala Harris. And it'll tell you if you didn't vote either. I'm just saying, like, I don't believe anybody that has no profile picture. I'm sorry. I ain't going to believe anyone because it's just as easy as say, hey, I voted Kamala Harris. Unless you have something to identify you, to look up if you voted correctly, then I ain't going to believe you. I have my name. People know my last name. They can type it in and see I voted Kamala Harris. Unless there's any way to prove that you voted Kamala Harris, I'm not going to believe you. Like, the fact that you're all in my business states otherwise. It states opposite because no one has to be secretive with their votes. No one has to be secretive with their votes. Nobody's in your business about how you vote. It's because of the ignorance of people. You've got people out here literally attacking immigrants and people of color. And then in my life, like earlier when people said, oh, here she goes about race. I don't know if if a cop is being aggressive to a black man and he didn't even do anything but tell the cop that he needs to park his car because his kid's in it. I don't know what to tell you. If it was a white person that happened to, y'all would be sitting here, oh my God, that's so horrible. Oh my God. Like, why did they do that to him? It's so fucked up that black people get treated like that. That guy's daughter could have got hit in oncoming traffic because the car is rolling. It's not in park because the police told him to get down. And he ran. He said, no. I said, no, get down. And he said, my kid's in there. What more does a cop need to hear? His kids are in there. Yeah, because why? You added a profile picture of me because you scared. You know you didn't vote correctly. Let's be for real. Anyways. Because we do need to talk about it. Because I hate when people say that every situation is always about race, because it is. Trayvon Martin would be here today if it wasn't about race. So was Sandra Bland. And Breonna Taylor. And Michael Brown. These people would be here today if they weren't treated based off of their color, their skin color. Why do I need to worry about myself? I don't need to worry about myself. My situation, okay. If I worry about myself, the customer is always right. I'm going to go to work and I'm going to look someone in the face and say, fuck you, bastard bitch. Because I'm going to go work for someone only to tell the customer, fuck you, bastard bitch. Because if they start with me or they film me, I'm going to lose my job either way because someone's going to report my job or whatever. I'm not going to be nice to people. That's why I can't work anywhere, because people don't know how to leave people the fuck alone. You're so concerned with me that your ass hasn't even washed your butt crack, okay? You guys need to take a dirty ass bath and wash yourself properly before you even talk to people. You don't even brush your teeth in the morning before you start talking shit about me. Especially that fucking Reddit. I was like, it's not even worth it at this point to go in there and argue with them. They got blocked because they was arguing with the Reddit. And I was like, well, you could make a new Reddit and like you could use like a VPN because they got blocked. And I said, make a new Reddit, but it's not worth it going in there to argue with them because they got blocked for telling the fucking truth. It's a bunch of jobless ass bitches in Reddit that sit there and type. And literally someone had the nerve, which you're idiot. Okay, you're an idiot. You call Reddit jobless, but you're going to read Reddit stories. People that write Reddit stories about weddings that they went to, they have jobs too, you know that? But people that have a hate Reddit don't have a job. They sit there scratching their minge, okay? They scratch their minge and sniff it all day because they're too busy on Reddit, you know? really like stalking people. Like today, when I got up to go somewhere and someone took a video, like I didn't know who was sitting at the fucking table there. And the next time that I see them, because they probably frequent the library, I'm going to tell the manager that they are harassing me, you know, because they can't stop them from recording. It's public property. But I'm going to say that I'm being harassed by that person. And you try to be secretive, like I don't pay attention to who's sitting where. And I know who was sitting there. I'm not a dumbass. You thought that you were secretive, but you fucking screwed up. So I would not even show up back to the library before I report you for harassment. Because, yeah, you thought you was slick filming me and that I wasn't going to know, and you gave it to the Reddit for what? They're jobless. But yeah, you want to talk about how I'm jobless. Oh, okay. I don't sit in a Reddit all day and type and talk about people. I get paid to talk about whatever the fuck I want. Unlike Reddit, they don't get paid for shit. How are you talking about someone you don't get paid for? You're weirdos. Don't threaten anybody in this Reddit. We don't condone certain things. But you do, because you condone people harassing someone in public. That's against the law. Harassment's against the law. But the only reason why I don't report the harassment to police is because police won't do jack shit. Like, how are you so secretive, but you're literally there and you're caught on camera too? If I was to report to them that I was being harassed and to see on the cameras, they'll look on the cameras and find out who took that photo, and I'm going to let them know that you're harassing me. You're dumb, because even when that guy pulled up in the parking lot and asked for a photo, I said, sure, you know, because I'm not rude. The security guard made sure they weren't harassing me because he's nice, and he was talking to my brother, and then my brother explained some interactions are nice and some aren't. And he was just checking to see if I wasn't being harassed. Because mind you, all I have to do is go to the people at the library and tell them that someone was harassing me, and to look on the cameras and see and say that I know you can't tell them not to film, but they was harassing me. And they'll look, and then they'll ask you not to come back. Because they wanted a safe environment for people. Do you want to ruin your chances at the public library? Like, just sitting down, acting like you're not doing nothing is already suspicious, because now you realize what the library said. So now all of a sudden you think you're just going to sit down and play it off like I don't know who the fuck you are. Like, I know. I pay attention. It's obvious. It's so obvious. Like, you cannot be so serious to literally act like you're not incognito. I know exactly who you are. Like, you're not inconspicuous. Some people are dumbasses. They act like people wouldn't know. Like, I pay attention to who comes in because I know people are going to go to film me, even still after what I said about the library, because they think that I'm going to be scared and not say that I'm being harassed. I will. If I feel it's harassment, I'm going to tell the library. You think that I'm not going to do it? I will. You know, it's just so crazy. People are just dumbass idiots. Anyways. I guess apparently Heffa owes $105,000. It's like I told y'all, she ain't running a successful business. You got Trevino on here crashing out, literally crying over a top gifter, and then saying that Heffa has her trucking company. No, she doesn't. She's not even paying her workers. So where does she have a trucking company? And then on top of that, you know, She doesn't even have beds for her kids. She refused. She said she refused Camilla to buy the beds for her kids. But yeah, she can drive around in a BMW. And then not care that her daughter burnt her hand. Then you have minors that are going live with older people that were gifting Ash Trevino. And yes, she did refuse. She was on live stream, and that Alex dude or whoever it was that she was dating that's 23 years old told her to take her daughter to urgent care. She said, no, I don't want to get an Uber and go. So then he kept stressing because her daughter was freaking out, and she said, let me see. So then she says that she doesn't want to get an Uber to go take her daughter to the hospital. She says, I don't want to call for an Uber. Like, I don't want to request an Uber. Okay. So then he says, well, if it's serious, you really should take her to urgent care. He kept stressing to her to take her daughter to urgent care. She did not. Then she said, I'll get something from the store, like something for her from the store. Then, knowing, because she has stuff DoorDash to her door a lot, she didn't do that. She didn't get anything from the store. Then, she mutes it. Mind you, someone had to call where she was staying at the Ritz-Carlton and told the Ritz-Carlton someone burnt themselves. So she picks up the phone because her room phone's ringing. And she's like, who is this? And they say, someone said that somebody burnt themselves and you need a first aid kit. And she's like, I don't know what she said. Yeah, I don't know if she told them or what happened. Why should someone have to call the hotel room to get a first aid kit for your daughter because you didn't get one? So then she's like, she goes to I guess, I don't know if they gave her the first aid kit. So she goes back on live. She goes back out on the balcony and says, why did you guys call the hotel room? Blaming people, saying you guys called the hotel room and you guys told them someone burnt themselves and that we needed assistance. We're fine. We don't need assistance. Basically came back, got mad at someone for caring about her daughter. Then proceeds to mute it because her daughter is, I guess, still in pain, still like, obviously it's a burnt that's bubbled up because she burnt herself with a straightener and it's bubbled. That's bad. So then her mom literally mutes it, I guess, to tell her to stop being dramatic and stop complaining because she doesn't want people to hear her keep complaining so she can continue to go live. But when it comes time for their flight, they had 5 hours to get to the flight. She says, my stomach, we're going to have to reschedule because my stomach hurts. I don't think I can make it to the flight. Then proceeds to ask Camilla if she could reschedule the flight. And Camilla's like, yeah, sure, no problem. It's free to reschedule your flight. Then tries to charge $1,000 to stay at the Ritz-Carlton that, mind you, Ashley didn't pay to stay there longer, and tries to extend her stay there because she wants to be flashy at the Ritz-Carlton. But you got people paying for your hotel room and you bought Louis Vuitton bags and BMW cars, but you can't pay for your own hotel room. And then you couldn't even take your daughter to the hospital. And there's a CPS report for that. Bruh. Okay. That's Mother of the Year for you. And then when people said, mind you, Camilla, She literally tried to get Camila to send wired money to buy her kids' beds. Like, if she was going to use the money to buy her kids' beds with that money, Camila wasn't going to send wire money because obviously who would send money to a lady who bought a BMW? She would probably buy cheap beds like someone said, or she wouldn't buy beds at all. And she would spend the money on herself. She tried to literally have Camila wire money to buy her kids' beds, and Camila wouldn't. Camila said that she was going to wire her money. Then she said that she stopped Camila from buying her kids' beds, that she refused to let Camila buy her kids' beds, and complained about how Camila didn't buy her kids' beds like she promised. Why is it other people's responsibility to buy your children a bed? What the fuck? Why is it anyone's responsibility that they're not supposed to take care of your child? You are. It's just weird. Like, you're literally expecting people to buy your kids beds. And someone was on Ash Updates Live, and they said, well, we should send headboards so she has a bunch of headboards. But let's be honest, don't waste your money, because if you buy headboards and send it to her house, she's probably just going to throw them in the dumpster. I wouldn't recommend spending money buying those girls' beds, because I'm pretty sure she might throw it in the trash. And I wouldn't want anyone to waste their hard-earned money for a mother that's not going to take the time. She's not even going, like Ash Update said, she's not going to put it together. And she won't. She'll just throw it away or give it to somebody else. Which I doubt she would give it away. She seems like the type of person that would throw it away. So anyways. Yeah. Oh, the other night, we come back, right? We open the door to the car, because I had to help my brother with this car. There was a whole guy in the car sleeping, and was like, cause the way she acts online is how she acts in person. Let's be for real. I don't have to know her in person to know what she's like, considering the fact that everyone that she's hung out with in person no longer wants anything to do with her. And they said they've literally exposed her. Mind you, her own daughter said when she turns 18, did you know that Haley said when she turns 18, she's going to tell it all? So let's be for real. If her own daughter says, when I turn 18, I'm going to tell it all, that should tell you something. I do know that. Well, when would Ash Trevino ever do something nice and give somebody headboards that she got for her daughters? Let's be for real. If she can't even buy her own daughter beds, what makes you think that she's going to give those away? No, she's going to throw them in the trash. Anyways, back to this other story. So then we open the car door, and this guy is just like, he got right out of the car, this homeless guy. And because my brother opened the door and said, what the hell are you doing in my car? And he said, oh, I'm sorry, my bad, bro. I was cold. I was like, first of all, you don't get in an abandoned car and say, I was cold. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, these people could seriously get hurt. So then what happened was that my brother was doing something in the car, and he noticed, because we had like cans of Vienna weenies, because my mom eats those sometimes. And this dude had eaten our cans of Vienna weenies and left them in the car. And he was like fucking nasty, because that's what my brother said, because the dude was eating in the car, helping himself, and sleeping in the car. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? We come back, and this is what we come back to? Like, I don't eat those. I used to love those when I was younger. I can't eat them anymore. Like, I tried to eat a can because I was like, ooh. And they don't really taste good to me anymore. My mom likes them, but I don't. I don't like them. I used to like them. I don't like them anymore. I tried to eat a can and they were just not. Yeah, I couldn't. But the crazy part is like, it's Vienna weenies. They're like little like weenies. It's like made from leftover meat. So it's shaped into little weenies. They're like small miniature weenies that come in like, it's like it's like salty juice, but it's made with chicken, beef, and other like scraps of meat. They put it together and they make these Vienna weenies. That's what it is. Just like how hot dogs are made. Hot dogs are made the same way. It's not just like, some of it might be beef, but it's a lot of like scraps of meat put together to make a hot dog. So anyways, that's how they're made. I used to love them a lot when I was like a teen, when I was really younger. But then I can't have them anymore. Like, I ate a can and I just did not like it. They tasted nasty to me, so I couldn't eat them. Anyways, this dude hops out of the car, right? And then we see that he had been eating in the car, helping himself. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Fucking helping yourself. Like, what the fuck, man? That is like crazy. And I said like, oh, my bad. Why are you in someone's car camping out? Like, why? You're in someone's car sleeping in it saying you was cold? Bruh, if you're cold, then go get a car yourself. And I was going to say go get a job, but I understand it's hard for homeless people to get a job. So I'm not going to tell someone go get a job. But it's so crazy. That person got blocked, so I don't know how they were able to still send stuff. Because I know it's hard for homeless people to get a job. I'm not going to say go get a job, but, you know. Yeah, I blocked that. I blocked that username. They were still able to at least give something, but they're blocked. I blocked them. And it's just so crazy because it's just like, someone works hard for their stuff, especially their cars. And you just think, oh, I'm going to camp in it because it's abandoned. Now I claimed it as mine. That's not how it works. You know? Like, that is so stupid. Like, let's be so for real. You know? Like, let's be so for real. No, not if they didn't pay for it, it's not. Like, let's be for real. If that's the case, then I should have took his stuff and said, give me that then. If you want to take our car, I'll take your shit. I don't do that. If I see someone who's charging their phone and they left it unattended, I'm not going to go over and say, I saw it, so it's mine. That's not how it works. Like, y'all have lost the plot. It's, like, so crazy. Somebody said that their car got stolen because there's a large TikToker on here who, Christian Dennis, he made a video dancing in the spot where his car got stolen. Someone responded to one of his posts about his car being stolen and said their car was stolen and it's in Mexico because the air tag is still on it. And I'm like, bro, why do people steal cars? It's not yours. Like, that's like probably the 5th or 4th person I've seen that says their car was stolen. this year. Like, is this the year of car theft? Because that's crazy. How are you gonna steal someone's car? Like, that's insane. I just don't get it. But okay. Especially something someone worked hard for. Bruh. Okay. Well, okay, I guess. Whatever makes you feel better. You got robbed, you got robbed, you got robbed. Get a job, get a job, just kidding. Yeah. How many times are we gonna get robbed? How many times are we gonna get robbed? How many times do you have to get a job before you don't get robbed? Get robbed. Get robbed. I'm just kidding. Thank you for the rose. That guy is so irresponsible. Like, you have a big dog running off the leash. What if that dog is vicious and there's someone walking? Or what if there's someone walking a little dog and your dog is running? Like, it's on a leash, but he's not holding onto the leash. Like, this is what makes me angry about irresponsible dog owners. That's why my dog is not here. And you're calling your dog multiple times and it's not coming, then that's a problem. It is, because first of all, I've seen people go up to a dog without asking if their dog is friendly. You don't know, especially if the dog is running away and not responding. You don't know what could happen if a little dog, like, you know how little dogs are. They think they're ferocious and they try to be tough to bigger dogs. If that dog would have acted like that and he can't pull the dog back or assess the situation because the dog is too far ahead of him, that's a problem. You should always make sure you have your leash in your hand. This is the reason why my dog is not here. Whether people want to believe it or not, it was on camera. My dog is not here because the negligence of another dog owner. Why do I have to explain it? Okay, you see the vid? Well, they can't release the vid because first of all, they can't release anything without police going there to see it. Mind you, we already contacted animal control and the police. Animal control said if they find a dog matching her description, they would call us. And also, they told us to wait for police to make a report. Police never showed up, so I just gave up. And when police came for another incident, because I didn't know, my brother had some issue with some guy coming saying that he was going to shoot up the whole motel. And it wasn't for people online, it was for something personal. Anyways, when they came, my mom talked to them to ask them questions. And they weren't there for that, but they said, we're not here for that, but is anyone hurt? Do you need an ambulance? And I was like, no, she just fell and her wrist kind of like hurts a little bit. It's not like hurting to the point where she needs to go in. But we wanted to know what we can do because they said the police were going to show up so we could make the report, and the police never showed up. We called a lawyer because we were like, we need to get a lawyer to sue the person because of what happened to our dog. The lawyer said, I'm going to look into it and I'm going to call you back. And he said, do you want to sue the people or do you also want to sue the motel? And I said, I want to sue both because the motel should have signs that says, keep your big dogs on a leash. So then what happened was that I had literally said that. I had said, well, since he said we could sue the motel, I said, could we sue the motel? He was like, yeah. And I was like, I want to sue both. So then What happened was is that because of that, he never called back. So I just said, you know what? I give up because I'm not going to try to find another lawyer. He said if he still should have called back and been like, I can't take your case, but here's someone who can. Like, it's so frustrating. So I just had to let it go. I'm just like, I fucking can't get justice for my dog. Mind you, that same night, these people checked out of their room and left. They fled because it is either, someone said in New Mexico, it's jail time for unleashed dogs or you face a fine. Obviously, if they're living out of a motel room, they can't pay the fine, and they're obviously not going to go to jail. They don't want to go to jail, but they have to. Like, someone has to pay. Someone has to get held accountable. My dog is not here. A dog that I had for almost 8 years. This is 1 year without my dog. This month was the month that my dog went missing. Like, I have to live my life without my pet, my animal, my friend, because you want to be negligent. And then have people on the internet say I unalive my dog when there's cameras. I can't show camera footage. I don't have the camera footage. They don't release it to civilians. You have to have the police go and request to look at the cameras. Mind you, if these people wasn't guilty, they wouldn't have checked out right away. Like, I can't just say, give me the camera footage so I can show social media. That's not how it works. Like, I was going to ask for the camera footage, but then I remember there was one place I was at where they said they couldn't because they had to release it to the police. It's public. It's like privacy. They cannot show everyone their security cameras for absolutely any reason unless it's the police that goes there to say, hey, unless it's criminal activity, right? Unless it's something that is like damaging the property, that's when police could go down there and be like, let us look at the cameras. Otherwise, if it's for something like that, they won't go look at the cameras. It has to be if it's like vandalizing or damaging the property. That's when they will go and look at the cameras. Otherwise, if it's for the situation like what happened with my dog, even if I requested it for the police, they will not go down there and they will not release those cameras. They will not hand over the camera footage. That's just how it is. It's on camera though. But the only thing is that they probably delete their cameras. It could be a possibility that their cameras aren't working, which I'm pretty sure they are because they're by the freeway, the airport. How is it still my fault for taking my dog to pee? Because I'm not going to let her pee on the floor. How is it my fault for taking my dog on a leash, mind you, who was on a leash to pee? And I didn't take my dog to pee. My mom took my dog to pee. How is it our fault for taking our dog to the bathroom like we're supposed to? The puppy pads were for another puppy that we had because it was someone else's dog. What part of that don't you understand? Puppy pads were for a puppy we did not get that someone else got that we had to watch. And the puppy pads at our apartment was for Hershey to use because she couldn't go outside. She was using the puppy pads. What part of that don't you understand? She was trained to go to the puppy pads because pugs, they're like not immune to everything. They could get sick even by just sniffing other dog poop. And we had trained her to use the puppy pads. She could go outside when we walked her. She would use the restroom, like she would stop and pee when we were walking her. But we had to train, so we didn't have to train her technically. We took her outside to pee because she couldn't, because we didn't want her peeing on the floor because these are motel rooms. We're not going to have our dog using the bathroom in the motel rooms, especially because one of them said, make sure you're taking your dog out to the restroom. because they've had people, because it's a policy of theirs. They always, anybody that checks into that place, they tell them that. So we cannot have our dog using the bathroom in these motel rooms because they are going to have an issue with it. Because for obvious reasons. So you have to take your dog out. And we couldn't have pee pads there. So we had to take our dog out. All those pee pads in that one photo was because of all the pets. At one point, we had 2 dogs and 2 cats, mind you. And I'm not talking badly about that person. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to discuss about this person anymore. Like, how many times do I have to keep bringing up a dog that isn't mine? It's over and done with. We don't have the dog. It went to a home. You know, most of the dogs went to homes and they went missing. So I'm not going to be concerned with a dog that's not mine. I'm not going to concern myself with that. I'm not, like, I shouldn't have to be explaining all those pee pads. But here we are. Obviously, in the situation we were in too, we really couldn't afford pee pads. And I'm not going to sit here and have my dog piss in a motel room and get kicked out. Like, you got me messed up. It's my fault I took my dog to the bathroom on a leash. That makes no fucking sense. That makes none. You know? That makes no sense. It's stupid. Like, it's dumb. Imagine blaming someone for doing exactly what they're supposed to do. We had our dog on a leash. The collar worked, right? Everything was fine. So why is it our fault? These people didn't have their dog on a leash. You always try to find some reason to blame me. But if that happened to your dog and you were in the same situation I was, don't come on the internet and say that it's not your fault, because I'm going to blame you and say it's your fault, just like you did me. You get what you give. You got influencers out here. I don't know, ask the person who has the cats. We don't have them. Ask the owner of the cats. We're not the owner of the cats. I don't know what she did with her cats. I'm not talking badly about that person. I don't want to bring that up. I don't know what she did with her cats, and it's not my concern because those are not my pets. If you're so concerned, ask the person who owns the cats what they did with them. Don't ask me. Why am I going to blame myself because someone else gets animals they don't take care of? Imagine telling somebody who had a gigantic dog off their leash running around, and we had our dog on our leash. So why are you blaming me when that person had their dog unleashed running around? Not properly assessing the situation, because not only did they not call the dog, when the dog finally sat in by the sink and my dog had leaped out the door because my dog was scared running from this dog, then what the fuck? Like, for you to sit here and be like, you're not taking accountability. These fucking people fled. They didn't take accountability. And the office was notified, and the lady even had the nerve to have an attitude with my brother. What the fuck? Like, let's be for real. Oh, you always blame other people but not yourself because they're fucking wrong. Do you know that if they got over with me at the fucking apartment, that means they could get over on any fucking buddy? So why am I gonna let... I almost said it. Why am I going to let management fuck people over when it comes to living situations? That place is nasty as fucking run with roaches. Our apartment thankfully had roaches. Other people had mice, complaining to the office that they had mice, and the office isn't doing fucking shit. So yes, it is everybody's fucking fault because we have cases. I've already talked to fucking lawyers that said we have a case, including my brother's friends and people in real life that says we had a case with the other place that we stayed at where they threw us out and the person made multiple videos, Squid. Like, we have a case. I literally called to try to get a hold of corporate to notify them of their employee. They don't even have a corporate number. So it's like, what the fuck? Why are you running a business with no corporate number? That's so unprofessional. So if someone has to speak to corporate, they can't. They have to speak to a lady, a representative that tells them sorry, but you gotta file a report and then wait for an email back. That's so fucking unprofessional and stupid. Considering the fact, what if they don't email you back? Then what do you do? Like, it's so crazy. Like, this is what we justifying? And saying that it's not people's fault when I literally called a lawyer to talk to the lawyer about my rights. And I literally have rights to sue for the things that I called the lawyer for. And a lawyer wouldn't be saying that I have a case if I didn't. And not just to take my money, because this was legal aid. Like, wake up. My phone is halfway, so I'm gonna have to go charge it. Well, the apartment that we lived at where we were paying $810, they told us, we went to the office because I told my brother, you need to tell them about the raid and you need to tell them that our apartment's damaged, right? So they know we didn't do it, that we were raided. Then the lady said we're fine, not to worry about it, and we told her that we're getting her the money to pay her the rent, because we said we're waiting on them to review the information, because they asked for the owner of the place. They did not give us the owner of the place. And when we went down there and they went to talk to us about why they're asking us to leave, mind you, they didn't ask us to leave. They said we can come back and fill out an application and get an apartment ourselves. But my father is no longer welcome there because the neighbor got sent videos from trolls trying to say that my father was starting fires in his room, and that's not the reason why she told us to leave. She literally said the reason why was because I'm not scared of anybody. I'm just not bringing that person up because there's no point to talk about somebody that's not talking about me online, and if they still are, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not concerned with that person. So anyways, what happened is that so then they said, the lady in the office said, I was horrified to see that you guys have been rated on Facebook. And I was like, what do you mean? That's what I was thinking in my head. What do you mean? We fucking told you we were rated. And I said, we told you guys we were rated. And you said we were good. Like, I think that's what I said. I don't know. I don't remember because I wasn't going to argue with the stupid bitch. Because then she would have threw us out because we're arguing with her. She said, well, you guys can come back and we can review your application, but your father can't. I'm like, why would I want to stay somewhere where my father is not welcome? And I got a neighbor stalking me. And I literally mentioned about the neighbor filming me and putting people in danger. They didn't give a fuck. Oh, but it's our fault. But when it's someone else putting people in danger, like literally taking videos of the outside of when we got raided and not thinking of the other neighbors around him that literally people could be pulling up, because not only that, you have 2 kids, right? You have a teenage daughter and a son in a wheelchair, and you got people talking about how they're going to meet up with you at your apartment and meet up at my apartment. You've got random internet people planning to meet up with you when your kids are there at the freaking apartment. That's not weird? And you're talking to people you don't know online that's planning to pull up where your kids sleep? And not pull up like that, to hang out with you and meet neighbor Chew? That is so weird. Like, you put your own children in danger involving yourselves with these people. They don't care about your safety and well-being. They ain't gonna care about the safety and well-being of the neighbors around them. So for you to say that you don't want people to know where you live, but then you're filming where you live is crazy. Imagine saying, I don't want people to know where I live, but then you're showing people where you live. And then when the office is notified, they don't do shit because they were working with a guy that does not even work for them. You're literally working with a neighbor, first of all. So the neighbor is doing your job. I get it. And they don't want to give us the owner's name because they know we're going to report it to the owner. If I have to go in there and write a freaking review and get a response and be like, I don't want a response from you, your management. I want your owner. Management doesn't do shit. I'm going to be like, don't write to these robot responses that are like, we're sorry you had a bad experience. No, I'm not reaching out to you. Give me the name of your manager before I start calling the health department. Then we're really going to see what's up. I'll start calling the health department on y'all because, first of all, our water was shut off for a whole month. You mean to tell me we're a whole month without water? Mind you, they don't even leave notes telling us they're gonna shut off our water. They just shut it off. And they shut it off a lot. What about well, actually, you know why they shut off the water? Because it is literally all utilities paid. So we didn't have to pay any bills. The only bills we had to pay was our rent. And if a place is providing all utilities paid, which includes lights and water, they should not turn their water off all the time. Mind you, there are kids that have to go to school, that have to take showers and baths before they go to school, that can't because their water is just suddenly turned off. They wake up, the water's off, and they were not notified. If you're going to turn off the water, at least notify people. So people can have water boiling, because now, what if the parents make breakfast for their kids before they go to school? Now their kids are going to go to school starving because they probably don't eat the breakfast at school? Their kids have to go to school without a bath because they didn't boil the water first and cool it down so they could have a warm bath and not get into a boiling water of bath. So at least they could warm it and make it like so it's not boiling, so it doesn't burn their skin off, so they could at least take a bath. Like, come on now. That's wrong. If you're going to cut the water off, tell your tenants before you cut it off. And they cut the water off a lot. And even the pest control said that we had to have our apartment bombed in order to get rid of all the roaches. The office refused against it because they said if we do that, the other tenants or the other people that live in the apartments are going to have to leave for an hour or two because all the vents are connected. I'm like, bro, we need to get rid of this pest problem. We had so much fucking roaches, it's not even crazy, and it has nothing to do with us. Neighbors, especially that one neighbor, would leave their trash outside. You left a garbage bag full of trash outside your front door. One of the neighbors had their kids were throwing food and milk and stuff they got from school out, like, right under the stairs. Like, you've got your kids throwing this stuff and we're getting roaches. Like, you cannot have stuff like that, especially garbage. No, they didn't crawl in my hair, but we did have... So I didn't have roaches in my bed. It's just crazy because the office never sticks by the rules, because the office did say if you didn't throw your garbage, they were going to fine you. They were going to look through the garbage and find who left their garbage, because people were leaving their garbage in places. They left their garbage in the middle of like the grass field. They would leave it there. Like, some people wouldn't even throw their garbage. And they said, Yes, I know they crawl all over my stuff, but we had the bug man come once every 2 months, I believe it was, on a Wednesday. So I didn't see the roaches until after we were leaving. I was getting my epoxy, my resin bottles, and I pulled them out of this box, and there was a whole pile of roaches in there. And I'm like, bro. And I saw this after I was leaving. Mind you, we saw a few roaches here and there because, I'm lying? Go to the reviews of my old place and read them. If I'm lying, go read the reviews, because the reviews are nothing but people that live there that say there's a roach problem. I'm not the only person who has this problem. So let's not lie. The management is piss poor. When the first guy that got us in there, that literally signed all the papers and, gave us all the information we needed on that place, he ran that place well. This new management, the washing machines are broken. We couldn't even wash. We had to go to another laundromat just to wash because we couldn't wash on property because it was broken. They said, it works. We go to wash, it takes our money. It takes our money and it doesn't work. And then we gotta wait 100 days to get our money back. You gotta wait 100 days. Literally, because once you request a refund, they're like, you gotta wait 100 days. 100 days? Our house was clean. What are you talking about? My mom cleaned our house. What are you talking about? My mom always cleaned her apartment. The only thing that looked cluttered was because some dumb bitch named Space Kitten sent a bunch of mailer boxes to my house to be hateful. And this UPS guy, who clearly they were free, was lugging up 200 boxes, 200 mailer boxes. Mind you, they kind of came in handy when we needed to move. Thankfully, we had those boxes. Yes, I know, because Space Kitten said they was going to send something to my door, and Space Kitten didn't send anything because of that one time that I freaked out because someone sent me something. It looked like concrete. It looked like shit. I don't know what it was. And I had seen those dark web videos, and to me, I freaked out because one person did receive someone's ashes through the dark web. So I was like, I don't want whatever the fuck this is. Don't touch it. I'm terrified. Like, at that time, I was terrified. So then Space Kitten admitted in the Discord that they wasn't going to send anything because I freaked out. They said, who sent that to her? I was going to send her something. Now I can't. I have proof. It's on my tablet. But my tablet went to storage. So then, I was like, okay, fuck it. Like, whatever. I guess, like, I guess that, this isn't like, this sucks. Because, I knew it was Space Kitten because Space Kitten had admitted it herself. So then my dad got mad because I was on live, and people know that because that live stream, I had to leave my live. To go and literally lug all these boxes in because my dad said, bring all these boxes. And I said, no, it's a prank. And he yelled at me to bring the boxes in and then started using them. And my mom told him to stop using the boxes, that it's already looking cluttered. And he told her to shut up and that he was like, my dad has mental illness, so everything to him can be used. He was laying them on the ground. He had boxes taped up on the wall, like there were boxes everywhere. It wasn't like it was trash, but there was boxes. So we had to just let him use the boxes like that because obviously, you know, that's what happened. So then because of that, you know, that's where we were. And all those boxes were used. So, you know. Yes, I saw what he had on Twitter, and I'm not talking about his Twitter. I'm not getting into it. I'm sorry. I don't condone it, but I'm not getting into it. He hasn't been on his medication for 2 years. I'm just trying to get him help. I don't know. At this point, I don't... For harass... Who did I bully and harass? You know what? I gotta charge my phone, so I gotta go anyways. Have a good day or night where you guys are. I will see you guys later. I gotta go. I don't know who I bullied and harassed. Did I bully and harass anyone? No, I didn't. Jada, you're gonna get blocked. Like, keep talking and I'm gonna block you. I don't care if you're a subscriber. Have a good day or night where you guys are, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye, guys. Bye-bye. 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 I'm upset. No, I'm protecting my life. Fuck you, bastard bitch. Goodbye.